Imagine for a moment here that you have everything you ever wanted in life, that you are living your dream reality. Or even better, imagine that you miraculously and magically get a phone call from your future self, and they tell you something so real that you know, that you're sure that this is you in the future. And they tell you that in the very near future, your life is gonna be way better than you ever imagined. You are gonna have everything you ever dreamed about, and even better than you imagined those things. How you be, what you do, and who you become after getting that phone call is what actually ends up creating those results, is what actually ends up giving you, creating that manifestation that your future self told you about. And this is the paradox of manifestation. Because now this has become an essential part of your journey. This phone call has become a part of the journey that eventually led up to having those results, to creating your dream reality. And so without this phone call, your life could have gone any other direction. But now, since this phone call happened, and the change it created within you, how you feel, what you think, and how you act due to that phone call, became a contributing factor to creating that dream reality. This is a very similar to the concept of you cannot have what you want in life unless you already have what you want in life. You cannot get to where you would like to be in life unless you already are where you would like to be in life. This is once again the paradox of manifestation, and that's how you should think about manifestation if you're trying to intentionally create anything in your life. But how do you become what you're not? How do you have what you don't have? This stems from the understanding that you are energy, and you as energy could give yourself any form you wish to have by detaching from your external reality, by applying the law of detachment from the current, from the present, detachment of anything external, whether the outcome or the happening or the journey, and tuning into your true self and understanding that all the fulfillment, all the content, all the satisfaction, all of the abundance, all of the love, all of the gratitude comes from within you, and it does not come as a reaction to your external reality. If anything, you have to know that your external reality, the universe, reacts to you and not the other way around. You know, I often talk about this example. I often give this example to clarify this. And it is to imagine life, your relationship with life, as an actual relationship. Your relationship with the universe as an actual relationship. Your relationship with God, with your higher self, with Source, as an actual relationship. With a partner, with a dear person, with a dear close person to your heart, but as an actual relationship. Imagine if two partners are always arguing, they're always on bad terms, they're always giving each other negative attitudes, they're always going to each other with problems, with more problems, they're always making each other feel as if they are the barrier that's keeping them from joy, from happiness, from love, from gratitude, from enjoying life. It will continue being as such until something changes from the formula. Someone changes something. The point that at which someone from these two partners starts acting different, they change all subsequent actions, they change all subsequent results. And this is also how behavior change actually happens in terms of psychology. You know, the social cognitive theory, it describes behavior change as a feedback loop with three determining factors. Your current behavior influences the future environmental and personal factors, and then those feed into your future behavior, further informing your future behavior, which is acting as a loop, feedback loop. That's how anything changes, by someone changing one of the factors. And so as long as those two partners react negatively and have a bad attitude and are always assuming the worst out of each other, that's how this relationship will continue to be. And that's how your relationship with your manifestations, with your universe, is gonna keep going until you get that phone call, until you react as if you had that phone call, as if you have everything you ever dreamed about in life. And you start reacting accordingly, and you start assuming the best out of life, the best out of the universe. Similar as to when you're going to your partner and you assume that they're gonna solve your problem, that they are gonna give you a good attitude, that they're not gonna marginalize and gaslight you and your problems. Now you're going to them with good attitude. Now you're going to them with your best version, because you trust in them, because you believe in them, because you believe that they have your best interest in the forefront of their priority system. That's exactly how your relationship with the universe actually happens. You cannot wait for the universe, for life to give you good experiences, for life to give you joyful experiences, to give you abundance, for you to start feeling joy and bliss and gratitude and abundant. You have to become those things. It's as if you are putting limitations on God. You're putting limitations on the universe. I'm not good. I'm not well. I have a bad life. I'm frustrated. I'm always in need. I'm in lack. As long as you're giving me those specific experiences. But when you give me something different, I will start being different. You're putting limitations on yourself. You're assuming that you have a limited nature and that you cannot feel good unless your external reality is exactly how you would want it to be. And by putting limitations on yourself, you're putting limitations on the universe, you're putting limitations on source, you're putting limitations on God, on the divine. And that's exactly how we react, because we have been programmed on conditional, on conditions, on conditional love, on conditional attention, on conditional gratitude, on conditional perspective, reputation, that unless you do this, you're that, and if you don't do this, you're not gonna be good. The society is not gonna appreciate you. Your family is not gonna appreciate you. The schools, unless you get good grades, you're not gonna have a good reputation. You're not gonna have a good opportunity with life. You're a failure. You're a loser, and you're just replicating that with life. And that's gonna be, as long as you're reacting that way and acting that way and behaving in that manner and feeling that way, you're gonna remain in a toxic relationship with life, with the universe. You're assuming the worst out of it, and it's proving to you just right. You're reacting negatively to it. You're always frustrated. You're always resentful towards life and to everyone around you. You're isolating yourself. You hate each and everything around you and each and every one around you, because your life is very unfulfilling, non-fulfilling. It's very bad. It's very negative. And you send those vibrations. You vibrate in this frequency, and the universe knows that, okay, you're still at the same frequency. You're still vibrating on that energy, and it gives you more and more experiences to prove you're right. Just like two partners in an argument. You give them one bad thing and they will reply with another bad thing. You give them a bad thing and they reply with another bad thing. But once one of you give the other a good experience, a good reaction, you will start slowly adapting. Yeah, maybe not from the first time, and maybe even with life, until your vibrations, because if you've been going in one direction for so long, vibrating on a very low frequency for so long, it might not change immediately. You might have to keep at it for some time. You have to repeatedly prove to the universe that you are changed, that your frequency is different now, that you're grateful, that you are actually more calm, more peaceful, more joyful. By acting in that way, by reacting to people, by not bashing out of nowhere, by not bashing on the smallest of things, by not feeling bad about the smallest of things going wrong in your life, going wrong, because nothing is actually wrong. You make it seem that way. You are here on an exploration journey. The only reason we came here is to experience the whole realm of spectrum, the whole spectrum of emotions, the whole realm of emotions. And by rejecting them, you are putting limitations on yourself, on the universe, on your purpose here in life. But if you're always you are unprovoked, nothing is limiting you, nothing is controlling you, you're always in your element, you always know what you want, you know yourself, and you react accordingly. You don't wait to see how others react around you and act towards you in order to replicate that reaction. I don't react to people the way they act towards me, they react towards me. I react to them based on myself. If you're always changing depending on how other people treat you, and you react to them accordingly, then you have no essence, then your energy is all over the place, then you are giving them value and energy, then you have cords of energy towards them. I'm controlled by that person, I'm controlled by this thing, and I'm controlled depending on how they react, depending on how this thing goes, depending on how they make me feel, I'm gonna actually become. But when you're unrestrained, when you are who you are and you act accordingly, you feel accordingly, you think accordingly, then you are the manifestation of freedom, and the universe starts giving you that. And so it's a multifaceted paradox, but in essence you have to become what you seek in life before it actually happens, manifests, is created in your external reality. And when you start thinking about manifestation in this way, you can start tackling those issues before they start manifesting in your external reality. Whenever you see yourself getting out of your element, being pulled out of your element, whether by a circumstance, whether by a person, you hold for a second and you tell yourself, I'm not that. I know who I am, and I have that phone call to keep me going. I know that one way or another, my dream reality is gonna be here. It's meant for me. Since I already imagined it, it means that it's gonna happen one way or another. And that's what ends up creating it, by reacting and feeling and thinking that way and reacting according to that for some time, repeatedly, consistently for some time. That's what ends up creating this dream reality. Thank you for tuning in to another video by AfsConsciousFrequency. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me so much, and it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it.